Well, hello there. It is lasagna making time. We've had some cooler weather in the 80s, so I thought I would take the opportunity while we have clouds to make a lasagna. When I made all the things for the lasagna, or when I bought some, I didn't buy the cheese. I think I just wanted to find something else, so I just went to Safeway and got some cheese. So what did you miss? You missed sauteing some Egyptian onions with some dried garlic. I went ahead and toasted those. I have several sausages that I have to cut up. We'll do that while I tell you my story. And right now we are going to put in a little bit at a time. This is hamburger, ground beef, grass-fed, some tomatoes, parsley, sauteed onion or sauteed mushrooms, and raw broccoli. So I'm going to do this in little segments in the pan, because the pan is only so big. I thought I had a bigger one, but anywho. So all this is going to go in the pan, get covered while we do the sausages. But I got my toolbox yesterday, and I'm glad I didn't do a unboxing. I know I have a short on it. Actually, I think I already have a short, so I told you all about it. So there's probably no need to tell you more about it. But I can tell you the end result when I emailed them. All right. That on medium, put that there. All right, so let me bring you over here and we can do some sausages together. You don't need to see me actually cut the sausages, right? Right. So I took yesterday off because I had to go to the doctor because when I fell, I hurt some sort of a nerve. So I found out we have two workers' comp doctors, one of which will not accept me because I'm not, an established patient. I'm like, oh, that's nice. So I ironically am going to be taking an appointment with the same doctor, which is an orthopedic surgeon. He does workers' comp. He's the same one that my old comp doctor sent to them, and they rejected him because their secretary says, well, they don't accept it's not full-time, what do they call them? Primaries. I was like, okay, what'd you go and tell them primary for? Why wouldn't he accept it? So ironically enough, when I make an appointment for my arm, I'm going to say, oh, by the way, this was sent to you, and this is, I don't need surgeries. That's done and over with unless it gets recalled. But all I need is a place to say, hi, how you doing, and leave. I have to show up every 6 months to keep the case good. So I was going to go to my original surgeon in Carson, which is over an hour away, have to take a whole day off of work. Never have I asked for the refund for the mileage going back and forth. When I fell like 3 years ago out this back porch, I had one of those cloth screen doors, has magnets in the middle, worked great, but then my foot decided to get stuck, and as I stepped out, I don't know what hit me next. The next thing I know, I'm on the ground. That messed me up. I called a friend. Luckily she hadn't gone to bed yet, and she went to go drop me off and then pick me up and all this stuff. So I paid for that bill, and I just got done writing it off or doing what have you. So let me taste. Ooh, hello. This is supposed to be garlic sausage. Not bad. Very good. That's already been cooked. I'm going to put them in smaller pieces, but right now I'm just doing them and whatnot. So yeah, ironically, when I can find time, I'm going to ask for an appointment, and hopefully I can get it the 2 weeks that I'm off in August. Trying to swallow my food here. Even though it's comp and it's going to be covered for my days off. See, what I didn't know is when you're off on workers' comp, I went off on my surgery, and you're probably all familiar with it, and I probably forgot about it. But if you're off like a month, that's 40 hours in a week, 40 times, say 4. And they don't have to take it off 40 hours a week. They can just slowly take your time away, like 20 a month or whatever it is. I forgot the ratio. So that's pretty cool. So since it's so fresh, they're not going to have a number for me. They'll get it tomorrow, supposedly. She said she's going to enter it, so if I have a doctor's appointment. But anyway, when I got done with the tool chest, it's still in the living room. I just can't look at it. It's like a kid that you get mad at and you just don't want to deal with him anymore. So, I need to put my glove back on. Because I pinched myself opening up that stupid box that they sent it in. And then you have to punch that bolt through, or that screw, whatever you want to call it. Did that. All the edges are not finished, so they're kind of raw, and I'm like, this is a shoddy piece of work. Let me go stir that real quick before I forget, because I know me, I won't forget. I will forget. And then as I have each section that's ready, I'll put it in something else, and then I'll drain the fat and do the next section. Oh, I don't always have a lot of room for everything. So I emailed the company. I figured it was from China. Sure enough, they're like, oh, so sorry for inconvenience. Would you accept $10? No, not $10. I shouldn't have to go through this. You should have quality control. So I wrote him back. Had the pictures the first time. He says, if $10 is not good, I will ask my supervisor for a full refund. You know, I was so frustrated that when I read the instructions, I wasn't comprehending that the toolbox underneath came through the front. It was just merely a storage area, and that's why they had to bolt it. But I was trying to get it out the side, and that little clasp where you put the lock on was sticking out, and it wouldn't get out there. I was so frustrated. I was like, holy Toledo. So I left it a few times, went back. Finally, the toolbox is out, but it's like ridiculous. So hopefully they give me a full refund. Hopefully they learn from their lesson that they need to do better quality control. Some of the screws that went into the panels were done sideways. Like, yeah, you should get a product, open it up as you're asked to do it per instructions, and be on your merry way. Ooh. I wonder if there's an easier way to cut up sausages other than me doing this. I got some pretty big chunks going on here because I'm not paying attention. So we got that going on. My cat, I don't know if I told you guys, probably not. I have a cat wheel coming. I got it from Amazon. It's coming ironically from the same place that my tool chest did. And I'm like, oh, this should be fun. But it's a plastic with carpet inside, and the outside of the wheel has these notches, and they're stoppers because they have a fish on the outside of the wheel, and you push that fish up into the notch and they'll stop it from going if you want to take a break from it. I'm anticipating that it's going to be squeaky or something like that. I think it's like, did they say 65 inches round, or is that kind of, that's like a 5 foot or so. It might be a 5 foot. Anyway, we'll get it when we get it. I know that Misty's going to be the one that gets on there first. Mufasa's going to have to, he'll get on there, but Misty will probably shove him off and not use it, just lay there because she's a bully. So I'll have to lock her in the room if he wants to try it. And Ziva will sniff it, probably walk on it and just, no, that's okay, I don't need exercise. So yeah, one of those things. So that's coming. Alright, let me go take care of this. Lately I have not been too graceful I don't know why life is difficult, but come on. Something about difficult. Alright, there's that. Get the second bunch in now. The second bunch and the last one. Come on, stupid. I call a lot of things stupid, including myself, so if you hear that in my videos, don't give me any criticism of what I'm doing, how I'm saying it. I tell people it's the things that I'm working with that I call stupid, but it is what it is, no discussion needed. So I got back from work after falling on Friday. We kind of had a lot of disagreement. I got called into the boss's office this morning, which I figured it would be, to say I never gave you permission to move any other tables. You just said you wanted the main desk, and you did that. And I said, yes. And she goes, well, if you move the table, it was hiding some cords. And I said, that's why I wanted to trade this table for that table, exact same size. But, you know, lost in translation. I figured if the supervisor asked the manager and the manager said yes, then I was just going to say, while we're at it, can you do this, that, and the other? You know, it's all lost in translation. And then come to find out, the big binders I have, 3-ring binders, they're for paperwork that comes in and paperwork that goes out. We don't need those anymore. We just take them, process them, put them in a box, and go on. Nobody ever looks at those binders. And I was like, yeah, true. I only look at them if I have to, you know, pair up some paperwork. So, okay. I don't know how much sausage is going to be left here. And I'm not a sausage person because a lot of it ends up being spicy for me. Alright. So we have all that. It's going to go in with the, when the hamburger is done, I put it in a big bowl, mix that in, and anything else I want to mix in. Now, I'm going to clean this off. One of those days we come home and you're like, I don't want to do a darn thing. And I've had this hamburger out since I think Sunday. And then Monday I had to spend all day doing the doctor's blah, blah, blah. I didn't feel like doing it, so I made myself a note. Today I'm going to do it. Because I'd be damned if I'm going to be ruining some meat. I'm trying to find a towel. Here we are. I just haven't had the oomph to do it. Now, speaking of oomph, some of you wanted to know about the Rise coffee that goes on. I did not buy it, but I found the ingredients, which is organic lion's mane mushroom and whatever the other one is, some sort of a mushroom thing. I don't see a difference. I was much more alert and awake this morning after sleeping, but I don't know if that's my sleep or this. I called the hospital because, like last year, I did a sleep study, and I was wondering if there has to be a certain amount of time between the first and the second to get it done, or do you have to start all over? Well, they didn't find anything on record. She said she'd call me back. She never did. I was on break. I couldn't wait. She put me on hold, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, there's my sign. There's just no time with my kind of work to do things accurately. I don't want to call up an appointment, talk about things that nobody else should hear and everybody, you know, can hear. Go to my car, be put on hold. I only have 15 minutes, if that, because of the way I walk to my car. So yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any time. Get off at 4:30, get home closer to 5, they're all closed. There is no time. Let me go stir this. tip I found out about lasagna, which I did not know. It makes sense. You can either take it out of the package and start layering it and then bake it that way, or you can fully boil it, but I find it very hard to get good layers and stuff. When I boil it, it's all sloppy all over. I put the cold water, blah, blah, blah. I just found a neat method is you take the noodles and you soak them in very hot water for 30 minutes and it softens them up enough. So go figure. So now my question is, what can I put them in to soak them lengthwise? I see it. Be right back. Found myself a container. Let me put this back in. Give it a quick washy wash. I'm glad our fair's over. There's no, nothing big happened. There's no like drunks or anything like that. They're usually trash on the streets and stuff. That didn't happen, so it's just those fluke things are the fluke individuals. Like years ago, our mailboxes out front were just gone through because every single one was open down the road. So now they're not doing, so it's just a matter of who it is. All right, so get the lasagna noodles, and of course when I was doing my cabinets I found myself more lasagna noodles. I'm like, of course I did. Silly me. I gotta find out where I put them. That is the question. Are they hidden really good? I may have to get on the ladder. They're not there, so they must be in here. I organized so well, I have no idea what I did with them. Okay, that's hot. Let me go find my stepping stool. See, this is the kind of thing I'm not really good at. I used to be good at organizing and figuring out what needs where and how and why. I just slowly have been declining on that. All right. Let me see if I can't find out what I did with said lasagna noodles. Aha! I spy with my little eye lasagna! Rhymes with Tanya! Don't get jealous. Don't be jelly. Alright, so hot water. Find something to put hot water in. Oh. This is gonna have to do. All right, let me check on that stir thing. It's already 7 o'clock, man. Woo! All right, so now I'm going to hopefully do this gracefully. I'm transferring it into the bowl. About to chop it up some more. Is there anything else that needs to go into this? Nope. Okay. Put it in the bowl. Put it in the bowl. 7 o'clock. My plant lights are going out. In case you guys see that. Woo! Alright. All that's been cooked up, you know what? Oh, never mind. I may or may not have enough. Let me put this in here. Come on, Grace. it's a matter of finding out, and if I don't, I will just cook more hamburger and go from there. All right, call myself Grace. That's what I can do. All right. Now this is where I'm multitasking. This, because I want to put the lasagna container here. What are those for? Noodles. And if you can take a noodle out, if you've never done this and you're not sure what you need, then all you do is get your pan of which you're going to be doing the noodles and lay it across it like you're doing it. And then go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish. So we'll go about 10 because they'll be splitting up. You'll put them on the side. They're not going to cover completely. If Grace could do this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a broken one for good luck. All right, there we go. Now hopefully that works as they say it does. 30 minutes from 7 o'clock. That makes it 7:30, kids. Woohoo! All right. So that's there. Everything is just, my freaking kitchen is, I don't know what to say. Put that there so I can bring this here. Hi, Ziva. You wanna go outside? Do you wanna go outside? Okay, come on. Come on. Now or never. Come on. You go outside? Nope. Moofy did. But I'm not gonna let Moofy there. Alright, so while that's doing its thing, let me find a smaller, sharp knife. I wish I had a bigger kitchen. And then I'm just gonna go through and just cut things into smaller sections to last even longer. Hopefully this is enough. If not, doesn't even look like enough. He will just do some more. I don't do ricotta. That's way expensive. Not a big fan. You know what I forgot? You know what I forgot? I'm glad I remembered it. Tomato sauce and tomato this, that, and the other. I have those too because I remember looking at them going, oh, I do have those. And are they going to be up there where I can't reach them? Nope, right here. Okay, good. Everything gets put in the sink because there's no room in the kitchen. Even though it's a big kitchen, the counter space is being called for by somebody else. And these are tomato sauce. And I know I have some diced tomatoes. Okay, now I gotta move things on the floor to get things where I want them. You would think I'd be tired of living like this, but no. Come on, stupid. There you go, stupid. All right, there we go. This. Diced tomatoes, there we go. And, ouch. Diced tomatoes. All right. Diced tomatoes and tomato sauce. Yes? Yes. All right. Put this away. I'm at the time of age where I'm just like falling apart and it's hard for me to get used to that or understand it or accept it. I'm sure Barb knows what I'm talking about. She's got to figure she was mentioned somewhere in here because we mentioned each other. Trying to build our channels and, you know, go from there. So if you want to be underneath all of the squirrel tree, go see Barb. Lives in Canada. She finally got out and showed us her backyardish area where there's a lake right there. And I'm like, oh, really? I didn't need to see that. How freaking lucky ducky are you? All right. And I just got this automatic can opener. when I went to Oregon from a family member who doesn't need it. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So let me bring that over here gracefully. And open some stuff up. Okay. What do I want? Let's start the oven. The oven is, what do we start it at? 350? Sounds good. All my things are cleared off, so I can put that in there. Let's put this onto its, this is the very first time I've ever had an automatic can opener. I'm like, say what? See if I know how to operate it. One. Nope. Shouldn't be hard, but life is hard for me as it is. That's pushed all the way in. This goes here. There it goes. What do you know? And I know it stops when it's done. I'm just paranoid it's not going to work. There it goes. That works nicely. I'm just being so spoiled. Yummy. Yummy. Goes right in. Okay. I thought about doing lasagna without cheese, and I thought, no. Are you freaking from a mental hospital? No. No such thing. So, tomato sauce, I know the light isn't that good. Let me turn on the light. Maybe that is an issue. Ta-da! Does that make it better? Nope. It probably will when I play it back, but let me try this sauce here. And this way I can bring it to work tomorrow. Come on, graceful. Oh, yes! Yes! Look what I just did. I told you. I am very graceful. You see that? That's me. That's why I get pissed off at myself. Because I'm very graceful. That is why I'm mad. Because now I have to look for something to scrape this out. But you know what? Screw it. I don't have time to scrape it out. But yeah, that's the kind of shit that I do every damn fucking day. And I don't have anything to clean it up with, you know. So Scott towels. This is what I'm talking about. Because I'm stupid and I'm graceful. And it pisses me off. This is, I don't know what this is. I mean, it's not medication. I just don't have the grace anymore. Of course, wearing the glove doesn't help any, but let me see if I can't figure out how to clean this up correctly, because I might spill it again. So, you know, this is what I'm talking about. That's why it pisses me off. So I'm going to be venting, because people apparently can cuss and not get kicked off of YouTube. It's one thing we got going for us, right? And that's why I say not for adults. I mean, excuse me, for adults. But if kids are in here listening to this, and they know how to cuss anyway, it doesn't matter. Kind of ridiculous. You have to lie about your age just to see what the adults are doing. So yeah, that's where they get their stupid influence from. All right. This down. Let me get my, see, I just get frustrated. Those are the things I do on a daily basis, just do stupid stuff like that. I was holding it with my glove's slippery. I continue to do it anyway, and this is what happens. Yeah. So yeah, fun times. I went to go get some wasp spray, because there's one way up in the eaves, so you get that spray that sprays like 25 feet, and then I have one next to my garden, and of course it's windy and I can't do it. I did the little one, but I can't do the eve one. So here's the cheese. I got 2 packets of it, debating what to do, which ones I to get. Okay, where's my spoon? See, and that kind of thing just flusters me in. I make mistakes at work beyond belief, and I constantly have to redo the paperwork because I can't see my mistakes. I was hired with this program called Leap, like Take a Leap. I can't remember what it is. It's some sort of learning thing, and I can't see what's in front of me. I can't see my own mistakes. It was a big frustration for my dad growing up because I didn't understand those stupid math problems with Susie having 15 apples and she traveled 3 minutes and blah blah blah, gas this, gas that. No. Yeah, I don't comprehend those things. And so he's like, the answer is right in front of you. It's right in front of you. I know, but I don't know what to multiply, what to subtract, what to what. It's not comprehending. Get off my back. So I can turn in my time card several times. So, all right. That is lovely. Let me see if I can spill it showing you. I know it's not much, but let me see. Yeah. Those noodles aren't diddly squat. They're not gonna go anywhere, so let me up the game and find something to put more hot water into so I can boil some more, or I don't have anything to put them into to, like, microwave is what I was thinking, but that's the other thing. It just takes me so long to figure out what to do and how to do it. I used to have this, what I call MacGyver, but you can figure things out, how to fix something. It comes once in a while, but for the most part I lost that logic, if that's what you want to call it. Okay, unplug this, move this somewhere else, and coagulate another counter. All right, so I need to move you because you're blocking the microwave. Let's put you down here. Okay, you can watch my sauce for me. 32 minutes, woohoo. So I'm just gonna do this and get it really hot, and that's that. So I'm gonna do a second video and I'll bring you back when I'm layering it, and then I'll do a post of what it looks like when it is done, okay? Okay, goodbye.